Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a brand new project. This one involving the main suit from my favorite series, Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt. So a couple years ago my fiance got me the full armor Gundam Thunderbolt Verka for Christmas and I loved it. Unfortunately it's not in a very great state, so I decided to paint and customize it and make it into something completely different. I was kind of looking for inspiration and I found out that there actually is a different full armor Gundam. So this one is a little bit older, I want to say. It doesn't belong to the Thunderbolt series for sure. I'm not sure if this got inspiration from Thunderbolt or if Thunderbolt got inspiration from this. Either way, I wanted to make a suit that could realistically exist within the same line of suits and kind of fits within that archetype. So I hope you guys like it. I thought it was pretty neat. So here's my full armor before I did anything with it. As you can see, it's in a pretty sorry state. It's dusty, the shoulders are slouched, he has gamer posture. He's not looking great. A lot of his bits are missing currently because I used them on the Confer kit from the previous video. So I decided to lay him out and take a look at everything, kind of brainstorm, see what I could come up with. Unfortunately, it became apparent pretty quickly that I wasn't going to be able to use the shields in any sort of effective way. I wanted to avoid using the shield arms as much as possible because they're very flimsy and makes for a very unbalanced kit. So the best course of action in this case was just to save the shields for a future project. I don't know, make some sort of fucking shield master or something. Something silly. So my initial idea was to put the double barrel plasma gun on the shoulder so it looks like the other full armor kit that I showed a picture of earlier. And kind of just wing it off that. I didn't really have a good solid plan going into this, if I'm being honest, and I'm kind of breaking my own rules, but we like to fly by the seat of our pants here, let me tell you. So I was taking a look at all my bits, got this weird grenade launcher thing, got the handle for it, and I didn't want this to go to waste. It's a good handle, it fits neatly onto the arm. I was thinking about what I could do with this. It doesn't necessarily need to go in the right way either. You can flip the handle up and down like I have been doing and go on the way on the outside to make it fit better onto the arm. So I was looking at that laser cannon on the shoulder and I thought, hey, I could just super glue this right onto the side and make like a side mounted laser plasma gun. The slits on the inside of the barrel kind of look like where you would put plasma glow if you were doing like a 40k mini. So yeah, I decided to do that when I'm not fucking up my Gundam. So I was taking a look at the grenade launcher. I'm like, hey, this could probably double for like a battery. And then I had this plasma bit from 40k, so I'm like, hey, I could make like a plasma battery thing. I think that would be pretty cool. So I totally did that. And what better place to put it than the backpack? So not only is it a backpack, it's like a generator that he carries around. And then I got more brainstorming. I'm like, hey, I could do something pretty cool connecting the backpack to the gun. And make something that looks more like a prototype or like a really rough shot sort of thing. And so my brainstorming kind of went crazy from there. The actual missile pod that belonged to the full armor I did use on the Confer kit if you checked out that last video. So I had to find something new to put on that missing shoulder. The best I could come up with was the side skirts from the Master Grade Jesta. I'm like, in the right light, this kind of looks like a missile pod. I'm sure when it's fully painted, it'll be very acceptable. In the end, I think it is, but you'll have to be the judge when you get there. So I still had the actual gun from the double barrel plasma gun. I was thinking about what I could do with it. I had these tank barrels from 40k, and to scale, they fit the gun pretty well, so I was thinking, hey, you know, it'd be cool, like a kinetic gun for this kit, so it doesn't, you know, it's not an explicit copy of the other two. So I went ahead and tried to do that. I was also tinkering with the idea of, like, knee guns, and quickly threw that idea when I realized how stupid that is. And how difficult it would be to make it look in any sort of way believable. So here's the gun after my alterations. I cut and shaved down the extra bits that were hanging off the side. I put another Jesta magazine on the side as well, because side-loading guns are cool. And the tank barrel is neatly on there as well. I ended up ripping it off and smoothing down the super glue so it didn't have that gross yuckiness on the attachment point. I'm very happy I did that. So the actual head, I am missing the V-fin and the bit that holds it down. I lost it a long time ago. So I attached an extra antenna as something, and I tried to use some green stuff to make a smooth surface where I'm missing those bits. I was really hoping it was prime and painted that it would be smooth, and spoiler, it totally fucking wasn't. Regardless, I packed up all the bits after giving them a very, very good wash, and I headed over to my mom's to spray paint because I live in an apartment and she has a garage. So as you can see here, I had everything going, and egg cartons make for really good pokers and holders for my sticks. This hurts my back just looking at it, Jesus Christ. Here's all the bits painted up. Unfortunately, they did not have matte black, so I had to go with the glossy, and I do not like it. So I had to use a lot of matte coat spray. But here's that chrome again. God damn, that looks good. But I purposely made it not super chromy this time. Purpose. Bunch of other stuff. These are all the missiles and some auxiliary pieces. For the actual missiles, I did a red base and kind of orange tips to give them a little bit of, make them a bit dynamic, you know what I mean? Here's the head painted up and assembled. As you can see, those missing bits are still very visible, unfortunately. So I was racking my brain what I could do with that, while I did a bunch of other assembly. Here's all of the appendages and limbs and shit assembled. I did try to use some matte paint on the shoulders. It looks a little bit sketch at this point, but it's fine. I did use a bunch of glue to lock in those otherwise very loose pieces so that the shoulders would no longer be slouched like you saw at the beginning of the video. And it worked out pretty good. Unfortunately, the arms can't really go sideways that much because I think I used too much glue, but yeah. Here's the beginnings of the plasma effect that I'm putting on the gun. It's not nearly done yet, but yeah. Work in progress, you'll see it in a bit. Here's the backpack assembled. I did start to do some very light weathering on the kit via dry brushing with metallic paint. Because I wanted, again, to kind of like a prototype rough look to the kit. So if you don't know what dry brushing is, it's just like lightly going over the edges and raised surfaces of a plastic model kit or something. To do that, you just need to dip your brush into some paint and rub it on some paper towel. I'm not doing it very good because I'm trying to do it one-handed and film at the same time. But you want to keep rubbing it on paper towel until you're pretty much not seeing any of it on the paper towel anymore. Once you've reached that point, I'm not going to in this because, again, I'm filming one-handed. You would just, again, lightly brush it on the surfaces. Here's all the other bits fully painted up, touched up, just the way I like it. Some light weathering, some heavy weathering, some other cases that I regret ever so slightly. But it's cool. I did some blue on the inside of the double barrel plasma gun just to give it a kind of a cool, I don't know, hot effect. The barrel, I also gave it some blue and some dirty color on the tip of the barrel just to give it the effect that it's been hot a lot and is used to being fired. I hope it kind of looks like that. I don't know. I'm not very good at that yet, if I'm being honest. So here's the kit assembled before any sort of coat or decal. I wanted to get the general impression of the plasma. Unfortunately, I don't really like it on the head with the missing bits. I thought that, like, oh, the missing bits could be like plasma glow areas, but it doesn't come out looking like that. It just comes out like looking like missing bits with green in it. I had to do something about that shortly, but the actual backpack and gun I was pretty overall happy with. I did a little bit of dry brushing around the areas to give them more of like a plasma glow. And my idea is that I'm connecting them with wires as if the backpack is feeding the gun directly with energy. The actual head, I decided that I was going to use a 40K bit. That turned out to fit rather perfectly on the head. And that it would come out looking, you know, acceptable. is the word I would use. So here it is. It's a little bit crooked. I did fix it off screen, of course, and this is before any of the light weathering that I would give it, but it's very acceptable. It makes the head look a lot more complete. It vaguely has the impression of a Gundam, even though it doesn't have a V-fin. Here are the wires I will be using that connects the backpack to the gun. I am using red on one and hazard stripes on the other, hence the masking tape. Here is the weathering done on the head, so it now more matches the rest of the kit. I am starting to do the plasma effect on the backpack as well, so that it will match the plasma coil and the gun. Here are all the bits done with their touch-ups and otherwise, and done gloss coat. This is just before decals. And next up, we have all of our water slide decals done, both from 40K and by Bandai Namco. We're going to be going into 2 top coat matte sprays. The reason why I do 2 is because I really wanted to pack that gloss down and get rid of it, as well as seal those decals in. But that's enough shitty yapping for me. Let's check out the kit. Alright, back to another set of photos. The classic staple of my channel. So overall, I am pretty darn happy with this kit. I haven't really done a kit that was weathered before, so this was new for me. It was something interesting and different. It's a lot of techniques and things that I would use on my 40K minis, since I do a lot of weathering with those guys, such as dry brushing, the plasma effect, the wires, hazard stripes, shit like that. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool, pretty rough and tumble. The actual wires, if you're interested, I literally had the opening on the underside of the gun from where it needed to be on the shoulder. So I just super glued some wires and then stuck them up inside of the openings on there. And then I had the extra bits from or I should say the leftover bits from the wires that I stuck into the empty holes of the plasma gun, and then just simply tucked it right in there. They're not even glued on the inside there. And there. Alright folks, that's a wrap on this project. I want to thank you very much for sticking around with me to the end if you're still here. If there's other type of content you'd like to see from my channel, whether it's related to Gunpla or otherwise, please let me know. I'd be happy to check it out. I know there's a significant delay between videos right now on my channel. It's more of a motivation thing than anything, unfortunately. If I'm not feeling Gunpla, I'm not going to force myself to do it just for YouTube. But otherwise, yeah, again, thanks for sticking around. I'm bad at outros. Have a great day.
You like jazz?